Sorry about that.
Very good. Well, thank you all for joining us. This is our monthly ACE class about a new program that we're offering. It's an insurance savings program specifically for members of the association. It's just a local program, so you're not going to find this at another HBA. And Bill Kennedy with Cakewalk Benefits is here to tell us about it.
And I appreciate the opportunity to get to talk to y'all, and we're excited about the relationship that we've just started with the Builders Association and the Blue Ridge Mountains. Cakewalk Benefits, what we do is we bring voluntary benefits, which is predominantly all the benefits other than health. We do have a health insurance solution that I will touch on, and I'll talk about why we do it that way. And I say that up front because every time people hear benefits, first thing they want to think about is health, and I'll address that. But there's a lot of other components to benefits, and what is in the marketplace today are voluntary benefits, which are things like disability insurance, dental, vision, accident, critical illness. And small businesses don't have access to those products as the same type of products like big companies do, 5,000 life companies, the FedExes of the world, those hospitals, those types of things. And they certainly don't get access to the price. Typically, the only access small companies have is through companies like Aflac. And Aflac, I'm not knocking Aflac because they're out there helping the small businesses, which you got to love. But our position is small businesses shouldn't have to pay a premium to get the exact same products that are going into these large companies, and it's hard to get access to them. So what we want to do is make it easy to get these benefits, get them at the right price, and have high quality. And really that's what we do. And our process is to make it easy for your company to offer these voluntary benefits to your employees. And what in essence you're doing is you're giving your employees the opportunity to protect their health, income, and life. Because everybody has to do that in some capacity. Either you self-insure it, which a very small percentage of the population can self-insure health, self-insure your income, self-insure your life. Because if something happens to you, if you're unable to work because of injury or illness, how do the bills get paid? If you have a premature death, who covers what happens to your family? Who covers just the cost of the funeral and those things? And so this gives access so that you can insure those components. And these are A-rated companies that we deal with. This collection of benefits is all backed by MetLife. And like I said, it's the lowest rates available. And so it's like, how do you do that? Well, what we do is we aggregate all the small businesses so that all those people in those companies, all the people in the Builders Association, instead of looking at you at 5, 20 people, 15 people companies, we take all 1,200 members and all their employees, and we aggregate them into one large group. So it's the critical mass of the Builders Association, of the Blue Ridge Mountains, that creates the opportunity to have the same access to benefits that you'd get at any large corporation. And the things from benefits are, it does help attract and retain talent. Employees want these benefits. They do want them. It supports their financial wellness. And through these economies of the Builders Association, you're able to get the right scale. And so we just get it to you in an easy way. And because these are really pretty simple benefits to understand. The disability, that insures your income. Voluntary life, it's pretty straightforward. If you die, it's a benefit to your beneficiaries. People understand dental and vision. Accident, this is an on and off the job accident policy. Critical illness and cancer, all of these are things that resonate with your employees. And it's an easy way to do it. And what we try to do is focus on 4 as far as products go. And we mean, when we say that, we're talking about 4 product categories. And the first one is disability. And this is the most underinsured component nationwide. People do not insure their income, but it is, people always say, well, my house is my most valuable asset. Well, the house really isn't. It's your ability to earn an income, because if you make $500,000 or $100,000 a year and you have 20, 30 more years to work, well, that's $3 million if you're making $100,000, $1.5 million if you're making $50,000. And most people's homes aren't $1.5 million or $2.2 million. And so this, and the cost of disability insurance is so much lower than what you would pay for your homeowner's insurance. Yet it's a higher probability of occurring than a total loss on your home, and it's your most viable asset. So we have short-term disability, long-term disability, and make it real easy and cost-effective for your employees to access. And part of that, I'm going back to that, is there's sort of a moral dilemma that small business owners are faced with more so than large companies. And it's because it's so intimate with small businesses. And if you have an employee that something happens to them because of injury or illness and they can't work, you sort of get, well, how long do I pay them? How much do I have to help this person? You know, you can't pay them forever to not work. And this is where access to disability insurance, you give them that opportunity, and where they can protect and take care of themselves. And so it's a great little benefit to have access to. Dental vision, dental's behind health insurance is the #1 requested benefit. And we have a couple different benefit plans to help cover the dental needs. They hit 2 different price points. The lower cost dental plan is great as long as you go to an in-network dentist. If you go to an in-network dentist, that is a fantastic plan, but you have to make sure that the dentist is in network. Otherwise, that's what it is. It's a narrow network driven plan where the cost of the premiums are reduced to drive more people through that, so the dentists get more business. That's just the way that MetLife set that one up. And then we have a more traditional plan that is more expensive, but you can pretty much go to any dentist. It's always better to go to an in-network dentist, but our preferred plan pays the same in-network as it does out-of-network, which is a great feature. Root canals are paid at 80%, which they're typically on dental plans are paid at 50%. So that's another outstanding feature that's unique to this plan that you get because of the critical mass of the large company that we've created out of the Builders Association. From a vision standpoint, the unique thing there is that you get frames every year. The rest of the plan, vision plans are typically pretty standard. Our allowances are pretty high relative to typical vision plans, but you are able to get frames every year. And the network is the VSP network, which is one of the largest national networks. So you should easily be able to find an in-network eye doctor, and odds are your current eye doctor would be in-network already. And then the life and AD&D, it's pretty simple. You know, if you die, there's a death benefit that goes to your beneficiary. Our voluntary life and AD&D plan is are 2 plans rolled into one. So they each pay up to $150,000. There's the life, and then there's an accidental death and dismemberment policy. So if you were to die, tree falls on you, or car accident, you wouldn't just get whatever your face amount is, you'd get double that. And since this is a group benefit plan, we're able to offer this at guarantee issue. All our products are guarantee issue, which is one of the biggest features of group benefits, which means there's no medical underwriting. During the initial open enrollment, all you have to do is sign up and you're in. So there's no health test. There's none of that. You're able to join regardless of your condition. Now, on some of these, if you're already diagnosed with cancer, you can still enroll, you're not going to get the cancer benefit for a diagnosis that's already happened. You can't insure the burning building, but everybody is able to access this through guarantee issue, up to $150,000. And the benefit is age banded, meaning that every 5 years, there's a price that correlates with your age, and every 5 years, every delta, it will increase. But it is a guarantee issue term life policy. As long as you're current with your premiums, you can be on the policy. And your spouse is eligible up to 50% of whatever the owner or employee purchases, not to exceed $20,000. And then you can get all your children $10,000 of coverage at a single rate, $2.50, whether you have one child or 10 child. That $2.50 covers all your children. And again, all those policies are life and AD&D combined. And then the fourth of our focus on 4 is accident and critical illness. And so the accident pays on or off the job for any accidents that require medical attention. And so it's simple. It's a stackable benefit. So everything that you do, most of it has an itemized component. So say you're in the park and you break your leg and they put you in an ambulance, whisk you to the emergency room, you get x-rays, it's a broken femur, you have some surgery, you stay the night, in the hospital, they release you, you have 6 follow-ups and 6 physical therapies. Each one of those things I itemized has a dollar amount allocated to it. So it's $250 for the ambulance ride, $75 for the x-ray, $200 for the administrative check-in into the hospital, maybe $4,000 for the femur break, $60 for each doctor follow-up, $60 for each physical therapy, up to 10 visits. So all those things stack up and they pay the money directly to you. You see the ad on TV with Aflac paying you money directly for things that health insurance doesn't cover. That's what our accident policy does. And that's the number one policy for Aflac, is their accident policy. So to put this in perspective, our policies are structured very similar. Ours pays out almost twice as much per line item that I mentioned versus Aflac's. And Aflac's is going to run about $36 a month for an individual. This is their most popular policy. Ours is $11.74 for an individual. And then you move to our critical illness cancer policy, and that's a lump sum benefit for critical illnesses like heart attack, stroke, coma, things like that. And then the diagnosis of major cancer is a $15,000 lump sum benefit. And it pays for if you have a heart attack and then you turn around 3 months later, as long as it's separated by 3 months, and you have a stroke, it's going to pay you for both of those events. There's a recurrence payment. It'll pay for the same event up to 2 times. So it actually pays for dozens of different incidents at various levels of that $15,000. It's a very comprehensive critical illness cancer plan. So it really does a nice job. And so those are our 4 categories that cover health, life, and income. So you have the disability, that's income, the life, which obviously is life. And then the things that support the health on this are the accident, critical illness, and dental and vision. So we try to break it down in a simple mode, and I'll get to how some of this works, but I want to touch on our health solution because people are always interested in that. Health is a mess. There's no way to sugarcoat it. Costs for health insurance are all claims based, and when you are in the small business world, the options are all age rated. Whether you get a composite rate for your company, which means everybody pays the same amount, whether it's an individual spouse, individual children, or family. That composite rate is developed on all the ages of everybody in your company. The other route is just going age rated. And when you start comparing those to what's available on the open market, they're basically the exact same costs. Now your plan designs may vary a little bit, but by and large, the small business is limited by whatever's available and the cost that your market dictates. Large companies have the ability to at least create their own plan designs, and they often do more than one, multiple plan designs, and then they subsidize them considerably, so it becomes an affordable equation for the employees. Small businesses pretty much have to take what's available in the market, and then they still need to subsidize them. And then what happens is you have people that have varying ages, old, maybe mid-age, middle age, young, and for some the plan works, for others it doesn't. But once you offer them a health plan, they're no longer eligible for a subsidy on the marketplace. And I'm not suggesting that everybody in your company would be eligible, but there certainly are some. And for those who can get a plan on the marketplace, that subsidy does a great job for them. For others, the price is the price, and that's sort of how that breaks down. Well, we have a relationship with Next Health Plan. That's our health concierge, and what they do is work with, if you're interested in an individual health plan through the enrollment process, you check that box and our concierge will reach out to your employees or you individually, and then they work through what's the best solution for your situation. And it could be, maybe it is an Obamacare plan or a marketplace plan. It could be, we have an underwritten plan or two where if you're, 80% can go through this underwritten plan, and that drops your premiums considerably, because the reality is they're culling out the 20% that are unhealthy. And so the healthy group gets much lower rates because these are all claims based. And so it tries to get the right solution for the right people, because one size fits all for small groups is really tough to do, to find the right plan, and really tough to do financially, not only for the owner, but for the individuals. Now, that was a pretty long-winded explanation, but that's an important one because everybody wants to know about it. So we do have a concierge service that walks you through individually. So we have this great voluntary benefit plan. And so the question sort of comes up, well, that's what it is. And why do you want it, right? But we make this, and I'm going to touch on this next, easy to access so that the company can offer this to their employees. Ultimately, this is a company benefit plan that you offer to your employees. And the thing is, you can do it at 100% voluntary, so there's no cost to the business. But offering it in itself, these products, is a benefit in itself, because people don't have access to them in a lot of cases. Even if you have Aflac, they don't have access to long-term disability. Their dental and vision's it's just a little different program. But they certainly don't have the same cost structure as we do, because you've taken that buying power, that critical mass of the Builders Association of Blue Ridge Mountains, and leverage that to create low cost with top rate Fortune 500 type benefits. And so you're protecting your family's health, financial well-being, and giving your employees that opportunity. And you can do it, like I said, voluntarily. The employees can pay for it, and we'll touch on this in a minute, but you can get some pretty good coverage for less than 1 hour of work a week in wages. Now, as an owner, you can provide any benefits you want. If you said, hey, I want to give $20,000 of life, or I'll provide dental, or I'll just give you $40 a month, you apply it to whatever you want, but you just have to pay whatever amount goes over that for you. You can do it. We'll help you get it set up however you want to. But I want you to know it doesn't, you don't have to pay for anything, because being 100% voluntary in itself is a benefit. It gives you the opportunity to help your employees protect their financial security during uncertain times or their most vulnerable times. And there is, without a doubt, you'll see this stat here right at the bottom, 46% of workers say they'd face financial hardship if they did not have benefits to get through work. The the Aflac did a study where 53% of the construction industry employees report they couldn't cover $1,000 unexpected expense. And that's just not to the construction industry, really. It's a national statistic. It's a little bit lower. It's at 51%, I believe, nationally. So that's a universal problem that people have. And so this is all to help improve well-being and avoid those setbacks if something unexpected were to happen. So it's real simple on how this works. We're going to have an initial open enrollment period from February 26th to March 18th. And this is when you, as a company, can offer your company benefits. It's your benefit package. We get it all set up and make it easy for you, but you're offering it to them. And everybody in the Builder Association, every business already has an account registered. All you need to do are 5 things. One, we'll send you all this information in an email. You'll see the opportunity. You'll get to see the benefits and the costs, and I'll show you how here in a second. But you activate your account by submitting your participating employees, and it's simple. Well, I'll show you. Once your account is activated, we'll send the business owner communications about the program that they're able to put forward to their employees. So it's your program. So we're going to send everything through the owner, who then posts it, emails it, however you like to communicate with your employees. And you'll see the employees are able to easily learn about the products, the prices, and how to enroll. It's a real simple process. It's non-manipulating. There's no pressure, low pressure. You don't have a salesperson on top of them trying to get them into some product that they really can't afford or don't need. It's getting them the information so they can make the right decision for their family. And then at the end of the enrollment, we'll provide the owner with a summary of benefits of all the elections all the people in your company made. And we break it down by pay period as well as what the monthly invoice will be. And then you're able to submit that to your payroll company. And then it becomes a payroll deduction. And it's just a simple line item in your payroll system. And it deducts that out of their paycheck just like you would deduct taxes. And then the final step is the business owner establishes a recurring monthly payment method. And then we draft the payment out of the account you establish on around the 21st of each month prior to the month of coverage. So you payroll deduct the employees, and then you remit that back to Cakewalk on their behalf, and we do it through an ACH or a credit card deduction. So it's 5 simple steps. We're not doing a bunch of quotes. There's not people coming in to do presentations. This is uncomplicated, simple, but very concise and easy for employees to digest and get the right product for their situation. The employee registration is as simple as this. Like I said, this is actually the activation. You're already registered. You just confirm the information we have. We need an EIN number to validate, and then you just list first name, last name, and email address of your employees, and then we have that information. They're now in the system, and then we send the communications to you just like I talked to. It all flows through the owner, and there's about 8 emails that we're going to send communicating the various components of the benefits, how you get through it, what to do, how to do it all, the only time we'll communicate directly to your employees is confirming their registrations or their benefit elections, or if we need an individual update from them, we would go directly to them. Otherwise, everything flows through you because it's your benefit program. This tool right here is the primary vehicle where everybody can understand the benefits, understand what they cost, model what they want. And so just to show you a couple things, I'm going to say, let's see if this works. We're going to get it to work. Good. You go in here and it's as simple as this. You put your age in. I'm going to put age 45. You plug in a zip code. I'm going to put in 28803, and then your pay period. So the point of this pay period is, as an owner, you really only need to worry when you're looking for benefits for yourself monthly, because everything gets billed monthly. But employees like to look at what pay period it is, whether it's weekly, semi-monthly, so they know what's deducted from their paycheck. And so the first product I'm going to is long-term disability. How much is, I need to protect my income. And so I'm going to turn these off real quick. So when I plug in my income, let's say I make $50,000. It immediately populates $50,000, my weekly cost to protect my income. And this will protect your income up to your normal Social Security retirement age if you're totally disabled. If you're partially disabled, it'll protect your income until you return to work. And that's the whole idea of insurance, is to help cover the costs of something that has gone away for however long it's gone away, right? So if they're out for 2 years because of a massive heart attack, our benefit kicks in after a 90-day elimination period, meaning they have to be out for 90 days with their sickness, 90 consecutive days with their illness or injury. And then at the point when that 90 days meets the loss of earnings, the benefit pays. So for instance, at $50,000, this benefit would pay $2,500 a month of the lost income. It pays 60% on every dollar you lose, up to $2,500 a month if you make $50,000. It pays 60%, but if you pay with post-tax dollars, there's no taxable consequence. So between the tax code and the benefit, it gets you close to even. And that's how all disability policies are set up. But the idea is, with this, you can see, what this benefit covers, sort of how it works, how long it's paid. It gives these bullets over here. And the big thing, you keep a running total here with how much it is per pay period. So if you move to short-term disability, it's $4.66 a week, because you've already put your income in, and explains how the weekly benefit works, how much of this would pay, those types of things. And so you can decide if you want it or not. Right over here, sort of keeping a running total of what the costs are. Some people may want that, some may not. Then you move on to your life, got this little slider that you're able to look at. Now the disability, that's individual only, right? Because it's only for employees or the owner. And for the owner, or for any high earner, it will protect up to $200,000 of income a year, which is $16,666 a month. The benefit payout, the actual benefit payout, is $12,000 or $10,000 a month if you're totally disabled. On life, you can have it can be you, your spouse, you can have individual children or family. And again, as I mentioned earlier, the spouse can get up to 50% of whatever your coverage is, whatever the employee's coverage is. But individually, you can go up to $150,000. The spouse can only get 50% up to 20. But just say we're looking to try to cover funeral costs, maybe some outstanding bills if something were to happen prematurely. And I look at that, that's $1.20. And then dental's the big one. Like I said, we have two different ones, a basic and a preferred. I'm going to look at that preferred, and I'm going to clip it right here. Now I'm up to $17.23. I have my income protected, short-term, long-term disability. I have life covered, and I have dental, and it's $17.23 a month. If I'm making $50,000, that's close to about $20 a month, an hour. So I'm looking at little under 1 hour of work per week. I could throw in accident if I wanted to, or maybe vision if I needed it. But this allows you to model what you can afford, what you can't. If you need information, there's individual product resources here. You can pull up individually. There are both places. You pull that up, and it's going to break down what the product offers. There's a little video you can run on them. So all the information is right in here to explain what the product is, along with this calculator itself. And then when you're ready to enroll, we just moves you right to the. I probably jacked up my screen again. Bear with me here. I jacked it up. No, not gonna work. And darn it. Can you see that, Jude?
It's still just on your. Oh, now it's back. Benefit.
Okay, good. It moves you. So then you move right into our enrollment platform. So the enrollment platform, we provide it for you. It's set up as an employer. You don't have to touch or do anything. They go into the enrollment platform and then they just move right into it. They put in their personal information, demographic information, and then they elect benefits. When that's done and the whole enrollment ends, we send this benefit summary to the employer, the owner, so they know what the total monthly amount is, what all the benefits were elected, and then it's broken down by employee. I'm gonna make this a little bigger, see if I can. By employee, and we break it down by what the pay frequency was, because that's self-reported, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, semi-monthly, whatever it is. And there's a pay period cost, and that's what you typically would send right here, what you would send to your payroll company. And they plug that in for the payroll deduction. And then there's the monthly cost. And the monthly cost is what you actually get invoiced as a company. And that's static. It's going to be the same monthly cost each month that as long as your people are enrolled, of course. And what you find, they don't necessarily match up exactly with the per pay period deduction, because some pay periods you have 4 weeks and others you have 5. So after every quarter they match up, but there's a little, they don't exactly match. But what we do is this will go into we'll run our enrollment to March 18th. And then we'll give you the deductions. And so for the month of April, you begin the payroll deduction. And you'll deduct in April for the effective date of May 1 for their benefits. So they pay 1 month in advance for their coverage. So the owner should never be out of pocket on it. And so we invoice on the 21st for the prior month of coverage. And so that way everything just stays prepaid, and if you have turnover or whatever it is, you just report that to us. We remove them, correct the invoicing. If you have a new enrollee, we send them all the links, just like during the open enrollment. They have 90 days to 60 days to enroll, and the benefits go into effect the first of the month following 90 days for new hires. So it's a real simple process that ideally just becomes part of your compensation package that you're offering to your employees. Payroll deduction, our third-party administrator is a company called Websurance. So they handle our invoicing and collection. So you payroll deduct, they'll send you an invoice that every month, and then deduct that on the 21st of the month for the month prior of coverage. And you establish that method of payment, and it's just an automatic draft, either from an ACH or from a credit card, however you prefer. And so along the way, we provide the education, whether it's through benefit books, through webinars, through videos on demand, and we have a customer service desk that's available to answer questions, help folks, whether it's a technical issue, whether it's a product issue, whatever the case is. But the process itself is pretty simple. And when you focus on 4, it really boils it down to products that people fundamentally understand for the most part. And then with the decision support tool, are able to zero in with key bullet points, pricing, and really model what works for them and their family and their budget. And so again, I go back to why you want it is, we try to make this as easy as it is to offer benefits to your employees. It's already done. It's already pre-quoted. It's already pre-packaged. It's already marketed. And you can do it at 100% voluntary, no cost to you. Just the access to it and the pricing is a benefit. And you're going to help your employees protect their families' financial health and well-being, security during uncertain times, which does reduce the overall stress. So those are the things we're looking to help you do with your employees, and hopefully make them more productive for you. have some loyalty to you, appreciate what you're doing to provide for them. And then also sort of take away that moral dilemma I talked about, because bad things, unfortunate things happen to all of us at some point. And as an employer, a lot of times employers feel, well, gosh, I got to help them. Here's how you help them. And it takes care of itself. So we try to make it a cakewalk for you. On the screen is a general info email that goes to our customer service desk, where they're all capable of helping answer questions. That's our phone number to the same place. My email address is down below. Sorry. And phone number, I was just trying to get that. I think it's there we go. 706-217-8200 if you want to talk to me directly. But that's our program that we offer. And so with that, I'd open it up to any questions anybody may have. And we're here to help and help you all do whatever you need to do.
I'm sure you get this question a lot. I'm just curious if by offering voluntary benefits as you presented today, I think it's something that would be an incentivizer, for our employees and whatnot. I think it would be a good benefit to them. But I'm curious if by offering the voluntary benefit, it would hinder them from purchasing or having access to full coverage health through the marketplace.
Yeah, no. So the voluntary benefits don't affect that at all. The thing that would affect that is if you as a company offer your employees a health benefit, a full service medical benefit, a MEC plan or anything like that, that makes them ineligible for the marketplace. But the voluntary benefits all supplement the anything you would do health wise, and would not affect that at all.
Very helpful. Thanks.
A question popped up if we're going to be sending rates. The rates are on, if you recall the calculator that I showed you, that lists all the rates. So it's all based off age, zip code on some things for dental, and some of the products are age rated. Every price is right in there. So you can go, because it's going to vary a little bit based on income. Life insurance is going to be based on age, so will critical illness, cancer. But accident, some of those are static, but all the prices are in that. So when you're on that, it shows everybody every rate. And so they can access that on the phone, it's easier on a computer, but they can do that a number of ways, and it makes it real simple.
And they access that just from their Cakewalk portal. Is that correct?
What we'll do is when we send out all the information, there's a specific landing page for the Builders Association of Blue Ridge Mountains. And so on that page, they'll be able to access that right there, as well as get to the enrollment site and all those things. So it'll be available on every communication we send. So look, I'll stay here as long as y'all want. You're welcome to call me. Every time I'm on these things, I hang up, and about 5 minutes later, I go, I should ask that. Email me at bill@cakewalkbenefits.com, or you can call me 706-217-8200. So 706-217-8200, bill@cakewalkbenefits.com. Let's see, there's a question. If we'd like to provide a package option for employees, can we put that together as a company? So what we can't do is suppress the products. Like if you just want your employees to see 5 products, we can't suppress the other 4. What you can do is say to your employees, hey, I'm going to provide this, this, and this. Anything you want over and above that, you're going to pay on your own. We do have some folks who call us and say, look, I'm just going to give them dental $20,000 of life and short-term disability. That's it. I don't want them to enroll. I don't want them to do anything. That's what I'm giving them. And so we go through that with you to get them set up like that. Britt, does that help? Does that answer your question? Okay. Yeah, you can work. If you want to do something specific like that, we can do that. Yeah. That's not what we do on the whole, but most people don't want to do that. So the one-offs are easy for us to manage in that regard, and happy to help you. Whatever you want to do, we're going to be happy to help you.
And we will send Bill's information to everyone that's attended class, just so y'all can easily have his email and phone number for any follow-up questions.
And we'll send a message probably. I think we're going to send just a general message tomorrow, and then the open enrollment will start next week. And so that you have a little preparation time and get this information out to you. Big thing is we push everything through the owners, right? We're not out soliciting or trying to hit your employee. Those are your employees. It's your benefit package. It's your program. It's your compensation package is what it comes down to. So we empower you, so you're in charge of the messaging. All right. Well, if y'all need anything, don't hesitate to call me, email, whatever it is. We're here to help you, and we're excited. We're excited to get going. So thanks for having me.